Ryoma gets taken away by Just4Fun. Now they will be on the blue side with them having lost game one. They get the decision if they want to go blue or red. It was blue. PrideStark actually banned the Annette away to make sure that Just4Fun doesn't get it.
Any other game, Just4Fun are able to use the fact that they're on this side to bully out the picks in order to make it so that Elsu Florentino must be banned by PrideStark. I don't know if that works against PrideStark. They normally play very respectful.
True.
They may let something silly through here just because they can and they feel they can outplay it.
There's still the respect ban away from the Lindis as well as the Florentino. Your point, D2?
I would just love to see PrideStark just let everything through and be like, let's have a game of the overpowered heroes, please.
Zill? Hello?
Yeah, the Zill ban is a little curious, but Zane plays him well occasionally.
Well, Elsu and Sephora, are, as well as Richter, are left alive now, and this is the unfortunate situation that they get placed in. PrideStark is just going to leave all three of them open, because now, whichever one you don't take, they get the other two.
You can't bully PrideStark.
No, you
They'll
can't.
say, sure, you take Elsu, we think we can outplay you on it. That does mean Tony Wright gets it, and Tony Wright is a very good player. That will mean Sephora Richter goes over to PrideStark.
Right when you say that.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Smart decision-making by PrideStark Empire in the draft phase. Now Just4Fun has to find a way to pick up the pieces. Immediately, they find themselves behind in the draft. They have to find a way to create some survivability with the power that Sephora and Richter create. Is a teamy the answer?
Oh, I think the Elsu is really good here. Obviously, they picked it first, but the thing is, even though Sephora is one of the top mages, if not the top mage, Elsu kind of has her number. So Tony Wright may be able to carry this game because Sephora hates poke damage. Sephora does not want to use Tide of Life on poke damage. She wants to use it on dive when she can actually punish someone for diving.
I bet this is a Joker? No, they stick with the Telenos. I don't like talents into Elsu. I really don't like Talon to Elsu because I just feel like that Telenos doesn't quite have the range to properly fight Elsu with the snipes and loses close range.
I don't think she's gonna fight the Elsu.
You think you're gonna see split lane or where you
no. I don't think she's going to directly fight him. I don't think she's going to try to reach him. If they do get in sort of an auto attack based duel, then Telenos does actually win, even though Elsu does have strong auto attacks. I think they're just going for a strong hero. They don't want to worry about the Elsu. They're gonna win every other fight and then hope that Elsu doesn't rip them apart.
Meanwhile, Superman and Zephys are picked up by Just4Fun to create some side lane, as well as another melee jungler. And what did PrideStark decide to do? Hey, we want to get ourselves some aggression. We want to get ourselves with some extra early game. Let's go with Aquilin.
So that means that they're basically betting on... Okay, so PrideStark are now betting that the Elsu's not going to land his snipes. And that's a little bit rough in lane, and I don't think they can bet that Tony Wright won't, because Tony Wright, by all rights, should dominate Ra.
Yes, agreed.
If Tony Wright lands 50% of his snipes, Ra dies a ton in lane.
Okay, the thing is, Elsu has to decide between clearing wave or hitting the hero a lot of the times. Sometimes people will just stand in the wave and then they'll get hit anyway, which is a mistake. Elsu has to snipe and then walk out into the lane. There are ways, if you're very smart about it, and obviously we'll give that to Ra, that he's going to be smart about it, to punish an Elsu that walks into lane to make sure he gets the last hits, because otherwise he's just going to miss the gold outright. There are ways to work the relationship of playing against Ra. Elsu.
I also think that when you have a look at who the junglers is, that's actually you guys see a Cricknack on your screen. It actually was Aquilin that was locked in as that final one. So we'll get that fixed for you guys in just a second. But I also think that looking at what you have from the support jungle position that can support that Talanis, if they're not able to punish it, could create an opportunity. There you guys go.
But I think you're right, though. I think, for the most part, they're not worried about killing the Elsu. They're worried about killing everyone else in front of it. If they can kill everyone else, then the Elsu will be vulnerable.
Well, and the other thing as well is PrideStark Empire is fully aware what is capable within a lane. If you saw, they try to get past the lane phase as quickly as possible, so that way they can focus on their macro. But now, things are about to be seen. It's our last game of the day in the North American region, as well as Week 4, day number 1. PrideStark Empire finds them up 1-0 over Just4Fun.
I'm just excited to see Zane running on a Quillen, because we haven't seen melee Zane. And I want to see a little bit more of it.
We've seen it here and there. It's usually the Zephys. But in this case, obviously going to be the Quillen. I think it's a reasonable pick.
Zane Fess. No, too far? All right.
A little bit. Speaking of too far.
Angela going a little bit too far in the enemy jungle. Has to spend the Pooty Poots. The Water Spirit's Water Wall will chase. The Flicker takes it too far, but Beginnings is there.
Yeah, the Flicker into the Wild Stomp able to take him out. I think KZ Fox may have had the Water Spirit to take him out, but Better safe than sorry.
Beginnings wanted the gold.
He also wants Secret.
Yeah, and he's got him. There's the water wall. Stun does land that time. KZ Fox will drop him very low.
They're just doing a number on them.
Tony Wright playing towards mid? Is this temporary?
Right. No, I think this is permanent because they have the Marja in the bot lane.
Okay.
So she can handle that. Can deal with the Telenos there. And they do have the mage damage from there. They didn't actually get like a proper mage per se, or what you would call it. But
why would you run Marja into Tel and Elsu into Sephira?
I don't think Elsu destroys Tel as much as you think he does.
I really do think it's just a lost matchup.
He has to step out into lane in order to clear the wave, and that's where the Tel can punish.
However it works out, though, the Marja's obviously an awful matchup into the Telenos, and that's why they do trade it up, putting the Marja in the top lane, dropping Secret down bottom.
Right, and I think that was just because Secret was already here. I don't think they want that matchup. Obviously, Marja can be reasonable against Richter, but they just had the switch there because Secret was able to rotate over to the bottom since he was already in mid.
Tony Wright, though, already landing above that 50% snipes mark I said he needed in order to dominate the game. And you can see him forcing people to drop back.
He's going into auto attack build already, though.
I don't actually hate that in this matchup, because he's going to have a lot of people diving him, and it's really hard to land snipes against a Quillen. It's really hard to land snipes against a Richter diving you. So being able to just brawl at close range, not the worst.
Right. He's going to have to really be able to brawl, though, and really get the gold up in order to be able to do that. Oof.
It's going to be a very speedy teamie out from Angela's. The Hercules Madness are built on top of a Windstone.
Yeah, that's pretty typical for a teamie. Probably see the Ring of the Fiend as well to get extreme speed on his side. But Silence! Oh. He lost against Raw on the Tel, and now he's lost against the Richter with KO. Silence not having a good day.
KO barely survives it, but barely does get you the award.
Right. The thing is, he was already low. Speaking of Silence, he was extremely low, and so that it was in the time. It was a ways coming, TJ. It was gonna happen for a while.
Secret struggling in lane against Ra down bottom too. I should note he has to recall as the first Abyssal comes up, and that Elsu was nowhere to be found during the fight. Now Angela's in trouble at the hands of Ra. Vicky will dive in, attempting to steal it. It worked so well game one, it just doesn't have the opportunity, and Tony Wright might have overextended. Angela does get him out.
That was just poor decision making by Vicky.
So far away.
Yeah.
You're not playing Nakaroth anymore.
Exactly, and they were already slowing him down by the time he tried to get through. It feels like he was getting held back by a bunch of people by the arms as he was trying to jump in there. And of course he's going to die.
Let me at him.
Exactly.
Let me at him.
Exactly. Didn't even get the Abyssal. This is PrideStark just capitalizing on mistakes. They're not even trying to be extra aggressive. They're just, every time Just4Fun steps out of line, they just go and get the kill.
Secret needs this wave clearing. He was sitting out of lane. Ra scared him. And the rest of the team will come through. Angela Zoo does get stunned up. Water wall there. Wild Prison. Oh, that's beautiful. Beginnings gets two. Tony Wright does find a lot of damage onto him in the meantime. It doesn't have the stun to quite finish. The being Resurrect will be there. Angela's back. Vicky go very low. Now dives in. Ra picked up. Tony Wright. That's a good snipe. Beginnings dives in. He'll be grabbed by Vicky. And this might have turned the fight down bottom.
Wow, well played by that side, but KZ Fox might not be done yet.
Oh, he gets two.
He absolutely does.
Zane, Tony Wright, can you win this? The flicker, yes he can. The snipe doesn't land. Zane doubles back.
Tony Wright is the one thing keeping him in that game. Already a triple kill, nearly a quadruple kill for Tony Wright. Can he do it all by himself?
Well, he does need to go back to base because of the lifesteal. He'll heal up because he rushed Fafnir's Talon, that auto-attack build like we were saying.
The dodge.
Secret pushes him forward. Oh, Ra! My goodness!
The shotgun approach from Tony Wright. If you use your snipe, you can use it immediately. It just doesn't have great accuracy, but when you're in their face, it will land.
Yeah, we actually saw that was how he picked up two earlier kills. Auto-attack into the snipe at point blank.
It's so funny to watch, but so devastating at the same time.
It was great, but there's literally no way that tower down bottom holds.
It does not. And PrideStark Empire, through all of this, still have the gold advantage. Let's keep that in mind.
I should note both towers down bottom are in dismal state, though, which does make it a little bit better for Just4Fun.
Just4Fun need to make something happen out of these kills, though.
Secret did tag that tower down bottom. small victories because their own tower can be picked up in a second. I'm a little bit alarmed they're leaving Tony Wright alone in mid, because I do think Tony Wright is the only thing keeping them in this game.
Exactly. He's
like, they just need to bundle up. I know I hate death squads, but if they just, like, bring the whole team together and group around Tony Wright, I think that's their best bet.
The problem is, once they start grouping up, then it leaves Silence on an island like he was up top there. And that leads to a kill and potentially a tower.
The death group does form, as I asked for. Angela Zoo allowing Tony Wright to farm up. KZ Fox will now lead in, pushing Tony Wright back.
Give credit to Just4Fun. I thought this was going to start snowballing about 2 minutes ago, but it hasn't. And that's credit to Tony Wright and the rest of Just4Fun, keeping him in this game.
But the towers are starting to fall. PrideStark now have a lead as soon as they convert on that bottom tower that is oh so low. And the gold is 2K in their favor.
Right, and this is where I have to disagree with you, forming that ball with Tony Wright. Even though it seems very safe, sometimes going for the safe option is actually more the risky option because you're putting the ball in PrideStark's hands.
Let me say, you do have to go aggressive with that ball. If you are forming a ball around Tony Wright, you then need to take Tony Wright into the middle of team fights. You need to make sure that he finds targets.
Embrace your inner Geo. Go for these fights.
Tony Wright will go in. He built a blitz blade.
Oh no, they're surrounded.
They're surrounded, but if they can keep Tony Wright safe, it will work out. He disengages out, now starts to work away back in. He's got KO caught out, surely. There's the fight in. The water wall, the tides of life. It's a kill to KZ Fox. PrideStark sweep away just for
KZ
fun.
Fox, the flicker hit as well.
That was beautiful.
He's dead. He's dead. He must be.
Vicky does go back in on Zane. A little bit over ambitious.
Oh, the issue is once you die, it gives him his resets and he's able to get out of there. That is one more reset.
And another tower over. Just for fun, back in a while, 10 seconds in some cases. It's going to mean a lot of towers over to PrideStark.
We thought it was going to be a slow snowball, but PrideStark just put the pedal to the metal.
It was the scene from Indiana Jones, but with a snowball.
Yeah, it just fell straight down onto their faces and destroyed all of Just4Fun. They surrounded them and they outplayed them, and there was nowhere for Tony Wright to go. Or the rest of the team.
No.
But mostly Tony Wright, because he's the one who needs to carry.
He actually did disengage, to his credit. He got out of the fight. He managed.
He got a
too
little bit
far
out of the fight.
I would have rather he stayed with his tanks than he got split.
He was next to a KZ Fox popping Tide of Life. That is not a fun place to be.
Yeah. KO does go in, experiment with how much damage he can do, discover that it's not enough, and leave. The Abyssal Dragon will be the focus.
The snowball is in earnest, TJ. It's upon us. 7,000 gold in the hands of PrideStark, and they have all the tools to their name. Look at this build here from KZ Fox. Goes from Apocalypse into Boomstick. I love going Boomstick on Zephyr because you can get the AoE damage on both the minions and the heroes. Allows you to clear so quickly. Both heroes and minions get cleared up.
Down and towards the bot lane though, KO is caught out. He should go down, but he gets Tony Wright. He gets two. He dives in, Ghost Walk, the flicker, silence. Oh, it's mutually assured destruction.
Yes, but KO got what he wanted at the end. 3 kills, and Vicky can't even pick up a kill on a marksman. Oh no.
Vicky, oh, the Death Void through the wall, but the water wall flicker. Oh, he dodges it. Death from above. He was caught inside the being a pro resurrect. That's beautiful. Dead. I really respect that. You're still dead, but it was a sick try.
It was beautiful, but I think the game might be over here.
Tony Wright's back. Never say it's done. Maybe he can clean it up. They do have secret for the wave clear. If Tony Wright can pull out the damage, which he does. A few seconds of him hanging at the back of the fight scares back all of PrideStark.
Good wave clear by the side of Just4Fun. Silence and Tony Wright making sure it happens. But if anything goes wrong here for PrideStark, they can turn around and get the Dark Slayer.
Yeah, Tony Wright just has to drift back as they lose yet more towers. And this is starting to become a real problem.
The problem here for Tony Wright is that his snipes aren't hitting that hard. Yes, he has 2 cleaving claymores that will turn into Fenrir's Tooth, but he only has Blitzblade and the Fafnir Sound, so he's really looking for those auto attacks.
Does dodge the Wild Prison, but he loses his defense to an Angela Zoo's back. KZ Vox, though, chunks him down in a second. Tony Wright must hold without him.
I don't think he can, though. KZ Fox is on the chase. He's just doing so much damage every single time he's up there, and Zane is always lurking, always waiting.
22 seconds. Oh, Zane, don't do this. Vicky has to get to safety, but Zane just goes in. That's a step too far.
A little bit too far. I think he was testing his limits there, testing the limits of Cool and the hero. He's like, how much can I do with this hero right now? And the PrideStark Empire are feeling themselves, DJ.
Yeah, I have to back off for a second. Reevaluate. Turns out we can't 1v5.
You never know unless you try.
KO will go in, trying his own luck.
Oh.
Silence does Ghost walk back. Now Vicky can get some damage in. Actually, this gets dangerous because Just4Fun have a kill, and they've got the Resurrect active. Vicky though, he outlasts it. They play it so well. The heals for the Tides of Life. It doesn't matter. Tony Wright picks up the kill, shutting down KZ Fox. Ra's hovering. If Secret gets out now, it's all good, but Beginnings won't let him. Flickering forward with Wildstorm, Wild Charge as well. Secret's gone. Angela needs to cut their losses and just bail now.
Yeah, because Raw is on the chase. 2v3. They were trying to take that fight. That is the fear, TJ, that PrideStark puts into you. They chase you 2v3, and you have to be the ones to run away.
But 2-for-2 trade, that's positive for PrideStark. Or for Just4Fun.
For Just4Fun.
Yes.
They're doing decent in these team fights. I think PrideStark are just testing their limits. Not to put a damper on all of this. Well, maybe to put a damper on this.
PrideStark don't believe in dampers. Only subwoofers here. Zane and Beginnings go in. That's good Wild Prison. They'll keep chasing Just4Fun back as the snipe goes by. Tony Wright is having to play some pretty hard defense. All of PrideStark are back though. And with the Abyssal, this should mean a team fight shortly at hand.
Right, and they have the capabilities to take these towers because of Raw.
Zane on to Secret. That gets dangerous. Beginnings KO. They're all there. Secret's gone. We'll try and withdraw, try and stay alive as Vicky pokes Beginnings low. Ron, KZ Fox have arrived with Wave in the mid lane. They don't quite have the confidence to dive underneath tower just yet.
If any of Just4Fight step out just a little bit, Zane will be there to pick them up.
Oh, what about Silence stepping out here? He does get back, actually. Ghost Walk keeps him safe. Water Wall doesn't quite arrive, and they can't take any of the towers during this time. Now, though, they've got Angela Zoo scooped out. The mid lane high ground will fall. Oh, no! They barely get clear. Angela Zoo gets it.
Yeah, but it's just a stall because there's more minions coming bot.
Tony Wright does land a snipe. That's good damage through. They'll try and brawl at the back of this fight. KO knocks very low. He actually will melt the tower shot. Takes him down to a sliver of HP if the snipe lands.
Ooh.
He's gone. And now PrideStark do need to consider if they have enough players to take this. They get a second high ground, but I don't think they want to commit 4v5.
Right, after KO goes down, they don't really have the same engage tools, and they also want to make sure that they go for the 1-2 punch every time they go in there with KO, with Zane, and without that combo, they're gonna just decide to back off.
Vicky just missed everything, but it worked out because he full committed, and they were like, oh, maybe we can go back in, and KZ Fox ate a snipe instantly.
That's going to be very dangerous here for KZ Fox potentially. This is the one way back in for Just4Fun again. It has to be insane snipes from Tony Wright.
What's this build? He's ended with Hydrokia's Edge?
Hyoga's Edge.
Hyoga's Edge.
It slows opponents by 25% every time you land an auto attack. He has lots of auto attacks, lots of attack speed. So he's just trying to play a little bit defensively.
It's like a Valheim build almost, though. Silence does fall. That actually gets very dangerous. Tony Wright needs to get out away from Zane. The disengage, he smacks him.
Vicky's gonna die here.
The snipe, though, if he can land it, he does! Tony Wright, you're nuts! Vicky's dead, though.
As an aside, Vicky's dead. Oh, this game has turned extremely bloody. To the delight of the entire crowd and also Just4Fun, but...
That was a sick snipe for Tony Wright.
It really was. He's
just showing off. There's a double engage up top. Tony Wright actually grabs KZ Fox. He'll have to play back. He flickers over the wall. Angela Zoo's back thanks to the being bro. They've got Beginnings behind him. Tony Wright can win this fight if only he can stay away from Beginnings. The disengage there. Predicted. Wild Prison. Angela Zoo cannot stall up forever. This should be the end. But he just dives in. He focused down Ra. I thought that was clever. It's not enough, though.
Nearly had it, but not quite. Doesn't have any resurrect, so that is the difficulty with this build, TJ.
30 seconds on Tony Wright's respawn. Same for Angela Zoo.
This is PrideStark's chance. 30 seconds on Tony Wright. We got this.
Yeah, they're like kind of actually genuinely struggling to close this game.
They haven't taken the Dark Slayer.
No.
I think it's on purpose. I think they're seeing what they can do. I'm sorry to make this turn to a game outside of the game, but I really think PrideStark are just testing their limits. I'm sorry to point it out.
PrideStark will now go for the Dark Slayer. Vicky dives in.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's a little bit gross. Does go to PrideStark. They'll start chasing the rest of Just4Fun back. Ghost Walk is there. Silence and Secret will fully disengage. Tony Wright's back, though.
That is the one thing that can keep Just4Fun in this game, so they need him for this defense.
Snipes. Ooh, barely past Zane.
Oh, he needs to hit every single snipe here, or else the game is over.
There's the Drake summoned in the mid lane. The last tower will be picked up by Ra. This should be game. A full wave to arrive. PrideStark. If they bite off more, they can chew. Because there is Tony Wright active still in the back of this fight. He will get eaten up by the Wild Prison in Secret. Does a lot of damage, but he will go down. The core could just fall in an instant. Tony Wright scooped forward. He does get caught to the Resurrect. He'll be back. But what good is it? Because he's deleted instantly. And PrideStark do pick up game number 2 with 28 kills.
An expected result here for PrideStark, but Just4Fun put up the fight that we wanted to see. They leave with their pride intact, but it is PrideStark